recording.
You can ask me any question you want.
I'm just asking my dad to explain the picture here because it has a lot to do with Vietnam, and it's hard to understand where the artist was coming from. Even though the artist is very talented and is hiding things in here, it's really hard. But he's going to explain what some of these things are that are in the picture. There you go. I'll say your name, but if you want to say your name, you can. No. Okay, that's fine.
Alright, now you can ask me any question you want about what.
Well, let's start over here. You have some people in you got the presidents there. We know that we have Nixon.
That would be President Johnson.
President Johnson.
And the other guy would be, looks like Robert McNamara.
Robert McNamara.
Which is the guy that was in charge of Vietnam War. Her decisions.
And then in there we explain the gun that he's carrying is.
Alright, the gun he's got here is a sawed-off M16, which Special Forces use. Because the back stock is off of there.
And then the boat situation here, there's something happening there, and the soldier.
Right, that's helicopters coming in. There's airstrikes going on. And this guy's carrying a 60 cal machine gun because it's got a tripod in front. I said, so this must be something that they walked into, because he's got his weapon strung on his back, but he's got a 60 in front of him.
Okay. That
he's using at a time. And this tells me with people ducking and stuff like that, shit that's sitting in the fan there. UH-1 Huey is flying over.
And why is Nixon hiding? He's hiding behind.
No, he's not hiding. He just put that in, but that's Nixon that took over in 1960, January 69, I guess that would be when he became president. Johnson did not run again for president, so Nixon took over.
Okay, then we have the Green Beret, which we know who that is.
Okay.
You don't have to say the name, yeah.
I don't know.
You don't, yeah. And then we have the building, we have the woman, or they're asking for papers or something, it looks like.
Yeah, they're interrogating her.
And where would this be?
I'm not sure, but they didn't have buildings built like this. The roof's off of it, to the most part and stuff. I would think this would be in 69, that one.
And where at?
In Cambodia.
Okay.
It was 5 miles in, past the border from Vietnam into Laos. We looked at this building all the time. But it looks like this here is where the building got hit, but the building was no longer there when we hit it, so.
Now down here we got what's going on here. I know the artist had put those pictures in there, and you understand that he knows those people that got killed after that incident, and so.
All right, that's 2 guys in the artillery, and they're using probably a 105 firing. I said, all right, so if these guys they got killed right after that, then that would be a rocket mortar attack on top of them, or that particular ordnance shouldn't have been where it was at.
Now him standing here, why? He's like, it's like in a raincoat. What's the deal with that?
That's not a raincoat. That's a parachute.
Oh, he's holding a parachute.
It's been deployed and he's on the ground now.
And then we have down here.
He's got a long weapon. See that rifle?
It's like a sniper, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's.
And they're dropping in here. We were talking, and then you got the NVA going in a line there.
All right, we don't have that many soldiers getting in line like that unless you're making a sweep.
Right.
This shows that it's on a base somewhere.
Okay.
Now the parachutes, it's not people being dropped. I said that's people, that's equipment being dropped.
Looks like and people possibly. Why would you think he put the picture in there of him? He says it was him that parachuted just to have him in there, or is there something that could be behind it at one point, maybe originally?
I don't know for
Something's
sure
probably hidden behind it.
but it shows him landing behind the line, so he's in
Oh, in another area.
another area.
Ooh. And then up
So
in...
that's separate from this.
Gotcha.
I said this would probably be Gaethon, where they couldn't get C-130s in there anymore, and they had to drop everything to them guys, the Marines in 1st Marine Division, by airplanes dropping parachutes.
That's K-Time, you said, right?
Case, that would be Caisson 68.
Yeah.
And this probably would depict 40,000 men that were supposed to be there. Doesn't show the mountain range, but on the same token, I would assume that that's what this is. I'm not sure.
Why do you think Kennedy's in there? It's just part of putting together that is...
John F., that's where the first part of Vietnam even started.
Okay. And you have your H-1 right there, kind of...
UH-1 Huey. That's not my Huey, but that's a normal thing in Vietnam.
Okay. Yours had a stronger engine because it had to carry more, right? That reason
Well,
why?
it didn't in the beginning, but we put stronger engines on because we were way overweight. These slicks here, UH-1 would carry 10 to 12 men.
Yeah. Okay.
Ours wouldn't be able to do that.
What do you think the significance of all of this is?
What, the
right
grenade?
here, yes. What is the reason that we're going to have a problem, that we're ready to explode? What's going on there?
Well, it's the same color duration here.
But is he trying to say something, you think?
That means we have to cover the whole United States, the South, and which would be Europe and everything else over here. So
why is that? Why is the plane there? What's significant about that plane?
That looks like a UH-1 Corsair from World War II.
Oh, he just threw it in there.
So that would be World War II. Okay. That would indicate why we have
that guy. This
guy here, which was a pilot, become astronaut, but he was one of the best in the United States in World War II.
Okay. Who's that guy turning his head, you think?
That's just naval.
Okay.
It means he was an aviator of an aircraft carrier at times, and this guy was a Navy SEALer.
And then you said that was a target type of thing?
Well, that looks to me like a B-52 bomber.
Okay. I see the Statue of Liberty. What's happening right here? It says something on fire? What's going on there?
That's supposed to be the torch right there.
But she didn't.
It's up there, but down here.
She got another torch.
It's showing that things can be on fire.
Okay. It almost looks like a flag in a way, but I haven't really got that close to it.
I don't know.
Now this is a very important part. Tell us about the 501 or F. I forget.
We use
105 or 104 or. Remember they switched it?
Our combat planes at the time were F-104s, and then F-105s was the thuds that carried a big armament, which this shows that armament that went into North Vietnam. And he shows that. I don't know why he's showing that, but that was the ones that bombed North Vietnam against Chinese and Russians, but we were told not to do that.
Oh, you're telling a story about that. They weren't real bombs for the reason they could go faster, and they were used to trick.
Right. In '67, the F-104s are always faster, more nimble, and were fighter planes, but North Vietnamese would bring the MiGs in to take the F-105s out because they had ordnance and stuff and they were slower. But they were the ones that bombing all the targets in North Vietnam. And they would come in and take a lot of these guys out. So I heard that they trapped the NVA, North Vietnam, their pilots and stuff with. They had 10 or 12 MiGs or whatever, but they always intercepted these thuds. And F-104s made it look like they were thuds running their same program, and they trapped the MiGs coming in to attack the thuds, but they were actually F-104s with empty tanks here, and they dropped them and they engaged them in combat, and basically they wiped out most of the MiGs that day.
And a lot of that right there. And the significance of that probably related with
I
that.
don't
We're
know,
talking about
that's-
the gun in there too.
That's
so.
that's
You said it looked like the NVA right there.
it doesn't look like American soldiers because of the jaw lines and
Right.
stuff. But it's American flag in red, which is blood.
Mm-hmm.
It only have one white stripe, but it shows bombardment
Yeah, something.
in a jungle.
Right. Something
So,
happened there.
I mean, what they're saying is we took out a lot of people big time in that
in that strike.
strike.
Now, at the end here, we're looking at this, and this is very important
That's
because
Purple Heart.
he is trying to say that this all he regrets. Is that true? By him putting
Yeah,
that
that's-
statement?
He
That's
said
a
return
statement.
to sender. That means give it back to the United States government.
Yeah, because he wasn't happy about something. And
But that's Purple Heart.
yeah. But
Let's get
the
wounded in
statement
combat.
says it all, as far as the statement here, which is an awesome statement, and a veteran statement in the bottom. But I think we covered pretty much everything here. Pretty interesting picture.
I say
All but this, I don't understand the G11, or I don't know if that was.
11 GS.
I think that's what he
It
was
would
trying
be-
to. I think he was trying to say that.
That's just showing gunships.
Yeah.
But that doesn't show anything in front of it except what I'm seeing is something is in front of the helicopter. I don't know if
Yeah.
that's trying to pick us or not. Did
The
he
only
pick us? I don't know.
The only thing he told me about this was this guy was him. He told me this right here was a situation he got in. He didn't like. He didn't sign up
And
for.
like I say, that building there,
Yeah.
I remember something that looked just like that in Cambodia.
You know? And then the picture of him parachuting and him back here, almost like saluting, and his buddies got killed at it as soon as they fired there. Was the only things he told me about this. He didn't want to talk much about it, so
And he blamed it on who?
he blamed it on you. All right, we're
That
signing
means
out.
They were taking it. They were taken out probably. They weren't supposed to be there. They were
Yeah,
taken out by B-52 strike.
yeah. No one knew where each other was, so.
Right.
All right, so I think we covered it all, and interesting. I'm glad that you talked about it, he talked about it. He's not here anymore, but you are, so now we got the story. Kev signing out with my dad, Rick Sherwood. See ya.